Just 24 hours after tasting defeat at the hands of the New York Liberty, it seems the Fever couldn't catch a break because Sophie said herself that the WNBA has fined her once again over a TikTok post criticizing the refs. While lip-singing to Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child, Sophie trolled the refs, calling them stupid, slow, and useless. See, I don't understand why the WNBA would fine someone for speaking the cold, hard truth, and it's kind of hard to argue with that, especially with more than 150,000 people agreeing with it. Anyway, as the Fever turned their attention to the visiting Las Vegas Aces, I thought the refs would do their jobs right after getting trolled like that, but apparently I was wrong. I mean, Stephanie White got teed up, and the Fever's injured superstar got all riled up. But see, despite their bad call shenanigans, the Fever found a way to win without Caitlin Clark. And to make this victory even sweeter, Sophie was one of the gals who led the charge, dropping 15 points while splashing a bunch of triples, as if she was telling the W and its refs, keep them fines coming and I'll keep making it rain.
Everybody go to the other side of the floor.
Cunningham straight away delivers with a three.
Or that.
So AB opened things up, bumping and grinding against the three-time MVP. And then, just like the 4th of July, Sophie and Ari lighted up by splashing back-to-back triples. Now, moments later, Kelsey joins the scoring party, parting the Red Sea and finishing it with a right-handed jelly.
And it's Mitchell going right to the rim. Beats the shot clock.
Before Sydney Coulson enters the fray and sets the table for the cutting, Howard coming off a baseline spray. Despite the Fever flexing their guns early, the score was deadlocked at 18 after 12 minutes of play. But just when the home team started to gain momentum, here comes Aja Wilson, clocking it in like 8-5, as she punishes the Fever inside without getting denied. Now, when it was AB's turn to bring the pain, Aja just wrapped her up tight like a burrito, since she couldn't stop her. However, the refs called a jump ball instead of blowing their whistles for an obvious foul call. And then, right after failing to call another foul on this Kelsey Mitchell drive, Stephanie White went ballistic against the officials, blurting out some sweet nothings to keep them motivated.
Stephanie's been hot from the beginning.
We'll call that to foul the PG.
As expected, Coach White's outburst resulted in a tee. But see, that incident turned out to be the fuel that will ignite a Fever run to close out the second quarter strong. I mean, right after that, Sophie grabs a steal, and on the other end, AB locates Kelsey for a wide open corner pocket three.
Ducking, finding Mitchell, who splashes home a three.
Then the big rigs showcase their finesse as AB and Howard sink back-to-back buckets from downtown to keep the Fever hanging around. Though Indiana had an offensive flurry late, Las Vegas still has the Aces up their sleeves as they led 41-35 at the half. Anyway, down by 6 entering the third frame, Indiana knew they had to level up their game to avoid another shame. And so, right on cue, Howard goes for an aggressive rack attack plus the hack.
Left hand, got it to go, and a foul.
Then she cleans up Mitchell's mess on the break before schooling Nalissa Smith on the post, munching her like a tasty avocado toast. With Indy starting to roll, Sophie backs Howard's scoring spree by lacing a couple of threes. And moments later, Ari and Kelsey also joined the long-distance splash party. And to wrap up the third on a high note, Kelsey dives downhill and goes for the kill while laying it up with such tremendous skill.
It's a reverse.
The Fever has finally taken the driver's seat, 62-56, after grinding it out in the last 3 quarters. And in the final frame, Kelsey starts things off with a tough and one, which looked easier than done.
Mitchell on Lloyd, Mitchell on the attack, flips it up, draws the foul.
Then she sizes up Jewel Lloyd like a newly bought dress and cashes in a spicy 3 while looking at the Fever bench saying, damn, that's nasty. Now, moments later, Lexi's defense starts to bite as she clamps Jackie Young like a car not paying parking tickets. Then after that, AB hustle and bustle despite getting no whistle. And here, Kelsey just feeds the big cat on the dive to keep her scoring momentum alive.
Mitchell finds a cutting Boston who lays it in.
And to put them kids to bed, Ari McDonald closes the shop with a nasty stop and pop that makes her defender's ankles drop.
One-on-one.
Donald pulls up and hits a three.
When the final buzzer sounded, the final score read 80-70. And with this big win, the Fever will now end the regular season with a 2-1 record over the Aces, which means that they have now earned the tiebreaker for the playoffs. In the case of both teams, finished with the same record by the end of the season.
Back in the W shot. Oh, that was a gut check win right there.
It was another great team effort for the Fever on the offensive end as 4 players scored double digits, with Kelsey leading the pack with 21 points and Sophie finishing with 15 on 3 of 4 shooting from distance. Meanwhile, the Fever bigs turned into a double-double monster on this one as Natasha Howard tallied 18 points and 13 boards, and AB punched 13 and 10 of her own. Once again, Indiana showed the world that they could win ball games against top caliber teams in the league without the help of Caitlin Clark. And the only problem they have right now is how to replicate this kind of performance on a nightly basis.
I don't think that it affects us anymore. We put out a statement today that, you know, she's day to day. You know, if we have Caitlin, great, and we know how to play with her. If we don't have Caitlin, great, we know how to play without her. And I think that's just so important. It gives people confidence that when she is back, you know, they know their role. And then when she's not, they have the confidence to come out there and make big plays for us. And so for us, I don't really think it's something that we think about anymore. For us, it's taking one day at a time, stacking the days. And tonight, I think we did a really good job, not only physically, but seriously mentally, because we have been struggling and inconsistent when they go on runs, and we stopped it, and then we went on our runs. And so that's a big step for us. And I just said it, but it's all about consistency from here on out.
I mean, time and time again, they showed that the Fever isn't just Caitlin Clark basketball, as any player can explode or contribute on the offensive end on any given night. And all they have to do is keep this pace until CC comes back in full health around playoff time. Anyway, next up for the Fever is another matchup with the deplorable Chicago Sky, who have lost their last 4 outings by a margin of a whopping 111 points combined. Now it's still unclear if we get to see Caitlin and Angel square off, as they're both sidelined with injury. But regardless, it's still gonna be a good opportunity for the Fever to grab an easy dub, especially with the playoffs looming around the corner. And on that note, this has been the Hoop Doctor saying bye-bye for now. Thanks again for watching, and see you on the next game recap. Peace.